Hi, this is JJ DiGeronimo, the CEO of Tech Savvy Women and Purposeful Women. And today I have Kathryn Rotondo with us today. Not only is she a woman in STEM, but she has a really neat initiative we're going to talk about. Hi, Kathryn.
Hi, JJ.
So I'd love to get started. How did you get into a STEM career?
It wasn't a straight path. I was a French major at a liberal arts college. And after graduating, I worked in fields that really used my innate people ability. And after a while, I thought I would prefer to be doing work where I was respected for a skill that I had gained. So I went back to school. I went to evening school to get a degree in software engineering. And it took me a while to get up the nerve to apply for a job as an interactive developer. And when I did, I interviewed with a guy who wrote the book that I had used to study this stuff, and he offered me the job on the spot.
Well, talk about nerves. You are apprehensive, and then you go for the gusto. You go for the guru of the industry. So, what did you do to prepare yourself for that conversation, or even just reaching out to that person?
Company that put out this job description didn't mention him at all. It was sort of my background in looking up the company and seeing, oh, wait, I know this guy. I should mention him in my cover letter.
That's great. Being prepared for the opportunity. That's just tremendous. And so what do you do today?
So I'm a freelance interactive developer, and that's really, really broad. I both design and put together websites and mobile apps.
So from this STEM career and your personal choices, you have an initiative of your own. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, I am starting a podcast interviewing moms in tech. And this grew out of my own experiences becoming a mom 5 years ago and looking around for role models and not having them right there obvious. My kid is a few years older now, and I have the energy to seek out these women and ask them what their careers are like, what sort of support networks they've put into place to make their careers possible, and find out what different companies out there are offering that make it easier to be a mom in tech.
I think that's wonderful, because I think it's a really, when you choose to have children, then you have them, you do feel so alone sometimes. You don't have the energy to go look for it. So if women want to help you with this initiative, with this podcast to help women move through these stages of their life, how do they reach you?
Sure. Well, there are a few ways. The first, of course, is to go to Kickstarter and to give to the project. It's called the Motherboard Podcast. There's also a Facebook page for the project and a Twitter account, so women can also follow those.
That is great. This is great. It's so exciting to talk to women that are doing so much in the STEM industry, but also really parlaying some of their own personal initiatives to really advance women as a whole. So thank you so much for doing this. I'm just curious what advice you have for women that are thinking about getting a STEM degree or are in a career and are looking to go back to school like you did.
Well, of course, to just go for it. The water's fine. Come on in. I think the STEM careers are a great place for women, and I would love to see more of us here. My other main advice is just to look at the benefits that are available for parents, even if you're not at that stage in your career or in your personal life. You never know whether 4 years down the road you'll be at the same company and want to be using those benefits.
That's great. And then what do you do to keep yourself motivated? What groups do you belong to? What books do you read?
I belong to a couple of groups. One is the Sisters email mailing list. Another is called Tech Lady Mafia. That's also an email list. And I've been listening to a really inspiring podcast called The Broad Experience, which focuses on women in the workplace.
I love it. Well, thank you so much for joining us, for sharing your initiative, and for women that are interested in participating in your podcast, contributing to your podcast. We will definitely post the content, and we look forward to hearing about your success. Thank you.
Thanks so much.